And I remember I fell out in the floor, and there's a piece of concrete up there about yay big, and I'll still walk up there every now and then, and I'll remind the devil, this is where it happened, and you are not going to back me off of what I know God is able to do. And as I laid on the floor that night, God told me, he said, if you stand up and not say that you're going to be healed, but that you are healed, and your doctor will have to come in confirmation of your healing, because that's what I wanted. I wanted the doctor to come into agreement and say, you don't have what we previously said you did. And all during this process, each time I would get in the car or I would go somewhere and I would cut on the radio, there would be a song play, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, by Casting Crowns. And the line that would always be in that song, it says, there's a place where fear has to face the God that you know. And when I laid down on that floor, there's a place where your fear has to face the God that you know. And when I laid on that floor, I know it wasn't but just a few moments, but it felt like an hour that I was battling in my mind. What if I stand up and say, not that I'm going to be healed, but I am healed as of tonight. I had stuff on my face. I had stuff on my body. I was still feeling in the joints and all of that. What if it don't, and people look at me and still see, but I couldn't hide it, you know, and I'm standing up saying, I'm healed, but I'm still living with symptoms of a disease. He said, stand up tonight and say that I have been healed in the name of Jesus. So I stood up and I told the church, and I said, many of you, you're not even aware, because I didn't tell it to everybody. I did not tell it to everybody. I knew where my faith was, but I don't get around. Jesus told people, you know, if you can't believe, get out. You know, that's how I am. If you can't believe with me, I don't need you. I don't need you in my sphere of influence. So I stood up that night and I said, God told me if I stand up and declare that as of tonight, I said, I've received a positive diagnosis for systemic lupus, but tonight God has healed me.